Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great day getting after their goals. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about motivation, and very specifically, is motivation enough when it comes to achieving results? The prevailing thought today is that motivation drives action. Essentially, we're motivated to do something, and so therefore we go and we do it, and that motivation is enough to help us achieve whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. In reality, unfortunately, it's the inverse. Action drives motivation, and when it's not done in that order, you end up with issues achieving whatever personal goals or professional goals you're trying to accomplish. But why? So motivation, really got to understand that motivation is really kind of a primal feeling. It's really it's emotion driven, much like passion, desire, excitement. These are rooted in emotion, and motivation is right there with them. It's sort of euphoric when you experience it, right? I mean, all of us have had motivation to do something where we just had that overwhelming excitement and sense of doing something and getting something done. It drives us into action, is usually what we say. I think you see this a lot when you think about New Year's resolutions. Everybody's motivated to set New Year's resolutions. But January 19th is commonly referred to as the day that New Year's resolutions die, because for much the same reason. It's a euphoric feeling that dies off, and the action that was driven by emotion falls to the wayside. So the problem with action that is driven first by emotion is that, like I said, it lacks. Is that when we lack that motivation, the necessary actions suffer. Think about how many times you've heard this. You've heard people say, "I'm going to hit the gym tomorrow. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm going to reach out to my new clients tomorrow. I'm not feeling the motivation to hustle today." So again, it gets back to the action that I know I should be taking to get to my personal and professional goals. I'm not going to take because I lack the motivation. So in my mind, I'm telling myself that without the presence of motivation, I'm not going to take action on something, which is actually a bad mindset to have. Our level, and the reason being is our level of motivation is really derived from our comfort. At a subconscious level, is derived from our comfort and whatever it is we're going to undertake. When we're excited about something, we're comfortable in doing something, then we're motivated to do it. And that's important when you put it in the right context, when action drives motivation as opposed to the other way around. So if we like it, we feel motivated to get down to it. And if not, then we lack the motivation, and the action will usually get postponed or not taken care of at all. So part of turning actions into success is really retraining ourselves to see the relationship between motivation and action in a whole new light. So motivation is the byproduct of action, and a healthy mindset that really is growth oriented and really is looking to accomplish success. We put them in the right context, in the right order. Motivation is the byproduct of action. When you take committed and consistent action towards your goals, the motivation will follow as you start to see the results. Think about the first time you've gone to the gym and you started a new workout regimen, and it's painful and you're tired and you're worn out, and if you don't continue to take that consistent action, if you're only relying on the motivation, which isn't there right now, you're not going to keep going to the gym. In retrospect, if you said, you know what, I'm going to continue to go to the gym, and then you start to see the results. So I'm seeing the muscle mass. I'm seeing, the weight coming off. I'm seeing a new me emerging in the gym. Then we become motivated. And so we go to the gym more consistently, and we look at other exercise programs, and we continue to push ourselves beyond that original point. So think about like this. Were you driven by an overwhelming sense of motivation to get out of bed this morning, to get dressed, to eat breakfast, to read a newspaper? Nope. You just set your mind to the task or the action, and the motivation probably came at some point afterwards. So it's much the same way. Keep it in that right context. So the challenge is, my challenge to you is to start changing your mindset on motivation and action. Put them in the right order. Change your mindset from I need motivation to take action to I'm going to take action until the motivation follows. And the easiest way to do that is to write out a list today of 4 or 5 things that you know that you need to do to action in your personal or professional growth plan that you've been postponing because you've been waiting on the motivation to do it, and start taking action on it. Deliberate, consistent, committed action on it. And I promise you the motivation is going to come as you start to see the results of that action. And again, like I said, it will happen as you remain consistent to the action. The best time to do something that you know you should do was yesterday. The next best time is today. As always, go for great and have a great day.